What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to GazetteSports.com and the Press Telegram. It's Mike, and this Moore League Track Finals video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, perfect for your next team event. How is the weather for the Moore League Track Finals? It all depends on your perspective. Over there, sunny. Over here, maybe looking like thunderstorms. We're going to start things off, as always, with the girls 4x100 relay. Haven't really gotten to see much of Poly's top quartet this year. They were the CIF Southern Section champions last year, but Arizona-bound Maya Perkins has been injured for the last several weeks. They're hoping they can get her back for the CIF prelims and finals, as the Jackrabbits are still going to have enough firepower to get the stick around, because once they get to the anchor leg, pretty nice to have one of the top sophomores in the country to close this thing out. Milliken with the lead, but once Poly gets the baton to Ariana Augustine, who's run 11.7 this year, that's pretty much going to be a lights out as Augustine engages the thrusters and closes this out with a Jackrabbit win 48-30 in the first race of the day. We go to the boys 4x100. A lot of familiar faces in this one, but for Jordan, it's the quartet of Willie Steels, Mayshawn Misher, Mark Walker, and Torian Hilbert, who are going to terrorize the rest of the Moore League field. Mostly underclassmen for the Panthers out there running. And just like Poly girls had Ariana Augustine, the Jordan boys have Hilbert. A three-sport star, played football, basketball, and track, and old school Long Beach Jordan kind of a kid, and he got moving on the back straight to get it done. Time of 43.19 for Jordan. We go to the girls' mile, and if this looks familiar, it's because you've probably watched our cross-country videos. It's Melissa Tanaka, Brenda Rosales, and Lauren Filippo, three Jackrabbits who've been up at the front. And as we reach the bell lap, it's going to be Tanaka who's able to pull away from her teammates, Rosales and Filippo. Tanaka winning with a time of 5:10. Plenty more distance action to come as we go to the boys 1600, where one of the most impressive things I've ever personally seen at the Moore League Finals meet is going to start here, this story. That's Nick Nelson in third, and he rode there until the bell lap, and then Nasty Nick drops the gas pedal and whammy. This kid's always had a great kick, and he put it to historic use at the Moore League Finals. He's going to win this race in 4:23. Teammate Christian Lubrin behind him. John Delphine in third. But Nelson, you will be seeing more of him as he gives it up right there. But an impressive day for the senior, as we'll see later on in the video. We go to the 110 hurdles. I missed the girls 100 hurdles. Corinne Washington won that for Wilson. In the boys' hurdles, it was New Mexico transfer Devarier Oles, smooth for the Jackrabbits, winning the 110. In the girls' 400, it was a pair of Rams dueling for the win. And it's Nadir Wilson, backed up by her teammate Kiera Mac in second. To the boys' 400, you see the white headband there. Zion Bowens for Long Beach Poly has dressed pretty swaggily at every race we've seen him at so far this year. And he's going to win this one in 49.50. The junior for the Jackrabbits also having a very nice day, as you'll see more of later. To the sprints, as you see the rain falling, trying to keep it off the camera. Still pretty early in the day. You don't want to miss anything, especially when Augustine, more races to come, easy as you like, 11.95 on pretty much cruise control for the 10th grader. To the boys 100, we always call this the football race at the Moore League Finals because we usually have covered most of these kids in the fall. Sure enough, Jordan sophomore Mayshawn Misher, who was also on that 4x1, again, just a 10th grader, he wins it in 10.86. He was flying. You can see how much Coach likes to see that. A couple of wins for the J-Town boys. We go to the girls 800. Big talented field here, and once again it's neck and neck as you see Tanaka and Rosales. They're joined this time by teammate Danielle Scott, And the three of them pretty much ran stride for stride with each other for the first, 600 meters or so of this 800-meter race. Once they hit that back stretch, Tanaka just able to close it out, running really, really strong this spring. Refound her confidence and her step, and she's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the rest of this season and then her senior year in cross country and track. She wins the 800 in 2:15 with her teammates right behind her. The boys 800, possibly the most talented field of the day. A host of guys who were potential CIF qualifiers in this one, and that's Chris Hall out front. He would be the favorite. But you see, Chris Hall is a good runner, and there is not much separation there because this was a really talented field in the Moore League. A couple races like that, you see some heavy action. That is a thick pack wearing the red and green Christmas colors. You see the 3 Wilson Bruins out front and the 4 Jackrabbits right behind them, all of them on a very nice pace. But it would be Hall who pulled away 158.14, then Lubrin. And then Jordan Peacock is going to outlean Nick Nelson to take third. We go to the boys 300 hurdles. Missed the girls race again. It was Kiera King for Wilson who won that one. In the boys race, Oles out in front for Polly once again. This is his natural event, but you might see that hamstring wrap on his left leg. He's going to win this thing in 38.88, but after he finishes, you'll see just exactly how injured that hamstring was because he was really coming up lame after he finished running. So a nice double for the New Mexico transfer for the Jackrabbits, who's going to enjoy having a couple days off to rest that hammy. We go to the girls 200, and it was Augustine again, who's already put herself out in front by the time they hit the straight, and obviously once she's on the straight, nobody at this meet was going to be able to catch her. She ran a 24.25. Again, pretty much on cruise control. The boys 200, we expected some action and we got it. It's the white headband again, Zion Bowens. The junior really looking like one to watch, running a 21.87. Also against a talented field. Bowen already has offers as a football player from Air Force and Navy, but he's enjoying his time on the track and certainly making the most of it as we go to the girls 3200 to see part 2 of our Moore League cross country preview. That's Fiona O'Leary and Lauren Filippo rising to the front, having a good time running next to each other, just like training. O'Leary had a great sophomore year in cross country. She's going to pull away to win this one in 11:31, backed up by Filippo. To the boys 2-mile race, and here is where the story of the day for me is going to finish up. Nick Nelson, the senior, what a race and what a day. He had 3 runs, he had 2 golds and 3 PRs. None of those were relays. He ran the 8, the 16, and the 32. That's 3.5 miles, if my math is correct, of competitive racing. You see, he opened up a big lead. Milliken's Alex Gomez able to reel him back in and then eventually pass him up. Nelson said he knew he'd have a kick for the end. He wanted to only let one guy pass him. When he saw 3 guys get in front of him, he said, okay, I got to make it up. This kid's got more kick than Bruce Lee. He's only got Gomez in front of him, and he passes him there as they get ready for the bell lap. But nobody was going to stop Nick Nelson. He said he knows he's not running in college, so he wanted to, quote, live it up in high school. And he certainly did that, making the most of his final day running at the Moore League Finals. He's going to close this out with a time of 9:57. As I said, the 800, the 1600, the 32, all 3 of them PRs, and he won the mile and the 2-mile. A very impressive day from Nick Nelson. And obviously a great day to be a Bruin for the Wilson faithful when you have a kid out there representing the school like that. We go to the mile relays to close this thing out. The girls 4x4. Always a fun way to end as you get everyone around the track cheering for their schools. Polly opening up a pretty big lead in this one early as expected. Very talented 4x4. That's Brenda Rosales. And the Jackrabbits, as you see, have already opened up a pretty sizable lead at the halfway point of the race. And when you know you've got Melissa Tanaka to put the hammer down and close things out, that'll give you some confidence as they get her the stick. And you can see she is just cruising to a victory in the final race of the day for the Jackrabbits. Tanaka also winning 3 races, one of them a relay, as she anchors the 4x4 in addition to the 800, 1600 double. We go to the boys 4x4. A great race here. I was excited for this one all day. Wilson, the defending state champions. I drove up to Fresno to cover them winning that state championship last year. Poly hasn't quite put it together this year, but they certainly have the pieces. Guys like Davion Howard and Kalen Humphrey, who are the first 2 legs, getting it around. And Kalen Humphrey, Special K, with a very special second leg as he gets the Jackrabbits a big lead, giving the stick to Cameron Brown, who is able to babysit that lead and then get it to headband swag Zion Bowens, who's going to close that thing out. Jackrabbits will win it in 3:21. Our apologies as always to the field athletes at the Moore League Finals meet. We just can't be in 2 places at once, but if you get to the CIF Finals, we will get footage of all of the Moore League athletes there. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Long Beach Transit. Their route number 1 now stops at Cal State Dominguez Hills, the South Bay Pavilion, and the StubHub Center, home of your LA Galaxy. CIF prelims are next week at Trabuco Hills. We will not be there, but we will be at Cerritos College in 2 Saturdays for the CIF Championships. Find out what happens there. You got to keep it right here.